don't normally start videos like this, but it's been quite a long time, so I kind of need to say that I'm back again. It's been a bit of a tricky few months, dealing with kind of changing jobs and things, not through choice, I will add, and all sorts of bits and pieces. I lost a lot of motivation and drive to get in the workshop and do anything, which has resulted in the workshop becoming a bit of a bomb site. Things not really getting done that needed to be done, kind of projects that I'd started to keep myself going being kind of just dragged out and taking forever. But I'm hoping I can actually get back on it and get stuff done now. So I'm going to start getting on and trying to finish these guitars, which should have really been finished about 4 months ago. And the video is going to start with me doing something. It's been so long I can't actually remember what I was doing in the last video, so chances are I'll be sat here looking a bit hairier and doing something odd with maybe a chisel, or I don't know. I'll find out at the same time as you. So these graduates have sat around for quite a while, but I'm back on them now, and they were all fine sanded and at a point where they were ready for stain and finish. The plan was that they were going to be done at UKGB in the spray booth by the guys as part of a batch of guitars they were going to spray. Obviously everyone should really know now that that company no longer exists, so my job is now elsewhere, which means I don't have access to the spray booth there or the guys that have done amazing jobs for me in the past. Part of that has meant that I kind of ummed and ahed about going back to just oil finishes. I didn't know whether I could find somebody else to do the spraying, but when I looked, there's a lot of work involved, and it is, rightly so, quite an expensive job to outsource. It's not a simple task, and to get the kind of professional setup to do it regularly is not cheap. So I decided to upgrade my air compressor. There will be a video at some point kind of highlighting what compressor I got and what I've been using it for and my thoughts and things. What I will say is I've piggybacked it onto my old compressor tank just for a bit of extra storage. It's only a 50 litre compressor that I've got and a 26 litre compressor that I already had, so I've got 76 litres of air. But the new compressor is supposedly, it says silent, but they're never silent, it's just very quiet. It's a lot quieter than the other one. If it comes on in this video, which I'm sure it will at some point, you'll still be able to hear me over it. But I will cut to after it stops to carry on, just because it's easier. But my main job now is I need to get these stained. I've decided that I'm going to do the double cut black. The Swampash single cut is going to be red, and the mahogany one will be a kind of two-tone sunburst. So I need to kind of prepare them to do that now, which the body is nice and easy except for the neck joint. But for now I need to mask up the necks so that I can stain the body without getting stain on the neck, because why would you want to ruin this stunning red and chocolate brown? This end shouldn't be too difficult. This end might be a little bit more of a faff, but we'll see how we go. So I'm going to dig out all my masking tape now and hopefully just get on with it. So we should montage through at least the Swamp Ash bodies. The Mahogany Burst might be done slightly differently. I'd like to spray that, but I've never sprayed a burst. Should be interesting. This is the first single cut, and I've been umming and ahhing as to what colour to do this. I was thinking red for a while, but then I realised that to just do the body red I'd lose any contrast between the neck and the body. And I found that the one that I stained black, the double cut, looks really good. But I've already got a black one. And then I realised that my black stain is alcohol based and the red stain I've got is water based. So I decided I'm going to do a bit of an experimental finish, and if it works I'm going to call it the Black Cherry. So I think you should be able to see kind of where I'm going here. So first things first, I'm going to stain it black. It turns out I'm about ready to spray my first ever burst. I've never sprayed one before. I've prepared for it by I've put a layer of clear coat down on here, which just kind of means that the layers of the burst that I'm going to put on won't soak into the wood and stain further in, so it'll be a lot more controllable with the spray. I apologise for the fact you can't hear me. The guys across the road are having a new wall built where their hedge used to be, and for some reason building a wall is quite loud. Hey, what was I on about? Oh yeah, so I need to spray a burst. The first thing I need to do is mask up everything that I don't want sprayed. So basically the neck, back of the headstock, and this area where my inlay is. So I'm going to get on with that, and then I've been having to play with some like kind of different colours and stains and things to tint my lacquer, and a little bit of a play with some kind of paper template drawings of the body shape, just to see if I can get the shape right. Confident is probably an overstatement. It's a bit of a unnecessary word, not really that accurate. I think winging it is probably where I'm at, but I'm gonna give it a go, because why not? So the first thing I need to do is give this a clean up, mask up the areas I don't want sprayed, and then I'm going to give it another proper wipe down to make sure that it's ready and there's no dust or anything on it, and I can spray straight onto here. Then I want to make sure I've got everything mixed up, ready to go. Now for spraying the clear coat, I've been using this gun, which obviously has quite a big tank, and sprays a fairly wide pattern. I think it's a 1.3mm nozzle, which is quite a wide spray pattern, so I'm getting a bit of overspray and probably wasting more than I need to for the size of bodies, but I'm getting good coverage. For the burst, I don't want any overspray. I want the spray to go exactly where I want it to go. So I've got this one, which is a 0.8mm nozzle. Smaller gun, it's more of a touch-up gun. Obviously a smaller cup as well, and we're going to just kind of see how that goes. It could go horribly wrong and I might have to sand it all off, but I'm really hoping it doesn't. So let's get masking up and we'll find out what happens afterwards. so proud of my first burst that I'm literally standing around watching paint dry. I really need to get out more.